Well, hello there, Skywinders. Welcome back to another episode of Skywind 007. On today's episode, we have this right here. This is the Vdiagtool BT300 car battery tester, which I got from AliExpress. I paid full price. I did not get it for free. And it claims to work on 6 and 12 volt systems, motorcycles. It'll show you the state of health, state of charge. You can print. It has voltage graphing, a starter test, and alternator test. I have no way of testing to see if this works, the starter test, so we can forget about that. And let's open it up. So it does come with instructions, as you can see. It's a very high quality booklet, which is good. And then we have this right here. We have the device itself. And you can peel off that screen protector, which I'm not going to do because since I'm going to be working on cars, I don't want the screen to scratch. And if you want to update, and this does update, you have to download a software from the home website, and you can update this. And I haven't done that yet because it's brand new. And of course we have this. And when you update it through there. So let's go to the car and let's check this out. Okay folks, so here we are. This is my car right here, and this is the device we're going to test, the BT300, and this is our cross reference. So it is windy out there. I want to let you know, so you're going to be hearing that in the microphone. But in any case, the first thing I want to do is show you the setup on this. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I have plugged it in. It's a good idea to plug in the red one first, the positive one, and then do the negative one, the black one. So over here, see if you can see that. Let's go to settings, and let's look at the languages. So this is what we got. So those are the languages. Let's go back out. Buzzer, you can turn it on or off. So if you turn it off, everything gets quiet. Let's turn it back on. Equipment test. So you got two options. Key test. So right here I'm going to be pressing any of these, and they should come up over there. So all the keys work. So let's get out of here. And then screen test. So screen test is going to test all the colors, and that's about it. So that was equipment, and that was equipment. So about, it's just going to give you some information, and there is the website right there. I know you can't see it. There we go. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is test the battery right here. But before we do that, I want to get some values from the cross-reference tool. So let's disconnect this, and let's connect the cross-reference tool. Okay, folks, so the first thing I want to do is test it with the Ansel, our cross-reference device, and see what we get. And then we're going to try the BT300, and we're going to see what the difference is. Let's see which one is correct. This battery is a year old. So it was bought in March 2024, and we are in April 2025. You can check the date on this video. So let's go in. This battery is 640 amps. Battery test. Regular flooded. Cold cranking amps, 640. And we have a 98% healthy battery. So let's find out if that's true. So let's go with the BT300 and see what we got. Okay, so we got the BT300 over here, and let's start. Select car, in vehicle, battery test. Let's go turn on the lights for 10 seconds. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's carry on. Proceed. Regular flooded. Cold cranking amps is 640, but of course we can't do it. We can't do 640 on this. It jumps 50. So let's do 650. And we got a state of health of 79%. So we definitely have a big difference between the two devices. This one is telling me 79% and the other one was telling me 98%. So which one is correct? Well, let's find out. This battery was made in March 2024 and I bought it that same month, March 2024. I remember checking. I wouldn't buy an old battery. And we are in April of 2025, so it's been 1 year. And I go to work with this battery in this car and I use it almost every day. So it's been a year and I use it often. And that other one, the amp cell, that one over there is telling me that this battery is 98% good. That doesn't make any sense for the reason that I just gave you. It's a year old and I use it almost every day. Now this one, the BT300, is telling me that this battery is 80% good. That makes a lot more sense because in 1 year you can expect a significant drop if you're using it every day. Because remember, this is a 3-year warranty. If you look there, 3-year warranty. So if you believe that one over there, that's only 2% down, this battery could last over a decade, which makes no sense. Not for a 3-year warranty battery. But according to this one could last a lot less. So this one is the right one. Based on that information, this one is the right one. So my battery is 79%. So that's a good thing. So we know this thing is working. And it is better and more accurate than the amp cell. Okay, so it is now time for the cranking test. And I know that sounds comical, but let's click car, in vehicle, cranking test. So turn off the engine, press OK, start the engine. So let's go start the engine. Okay, so we are finished with the cranking test, and as you can see, the time is 1448 milliseconds. The maximum voltage is 14.77 volts. The minimum voltage is 9.43 volts, and the status is normal. So that was the cranking test. Okay, so now it's time for the charging test, basically the alternator test. And for that, you do need 2 people. Otherwise, you're going to be like this. I'm inside the car, but I'm going to have to reach out there with my hand like this, because I have to be inside the car, because I'm going to turn on the engine and I'm going to accelerate and follow the instructions. But I need to accelerate so we can test that alternator. So it's going to be very difficult, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to demonstrate it on the camera. If not, I'll do it off camera and then I'll tell you how it went. So let's try it though. So the engine is turned on. I know you can't see it. Charging test. Okay, increase revolutions to 2,500 and okay, so it says normal. Let me go out. It's normal, but let's try that again. And I know you can't see this. Charging test. So I'm going to click OK to continue and raise the revolutions to 2,500. Okay, let's go out. Whoa. Let's see the results. Everything's good. So that one was hard, that charging test, or the alternator. They should have called it the alternator test. But anyway, we're reviewing this and it worked out. Very difficult to do. You do need 2 people if you're going to do this. But I managed to demonstrate it. Okay, folks, so it is getting dark. But the last test I want to do is the waveform. I can't do motorcycle because I don't have a motorcycle. And I'm not interested in printing. I already showed you the setup. So we're going to do the waveform. And then we're going to see if we can review that. And also, the waveform, the reason why you would want to do this is just to make sure that the voltage is nice and level. It should not be varying like that. It should be a straight line, as straight as possible. So let's go. So you see that line. So let me turn on the engine. Let's turn on the engine. And now let's go see the line. We kind of missed it, but we're going to review it. But it's nice and straight. Okay, so we are going to review it. So let's go out. So let's click OK to save. And now let's review that information. So review the last result. Whoops. I meant the review waveform. Record number 1. And as you can see, this is before I started the engine. So let's just keep waiting. Then you're going to see that voltage move when I crank the engine. It's coming. There we go. That's where I crank the engine. And you do see a voltage increase. So the maximum was 14.3 volts. And now let's see what happens when I turn off the engine. There we go, I turned off the engine. So you see a voltage drop, and that's normal. Okay, so I covered everything on this device. So let's see what a bad battery looks like. I do have a bad battery, so let's go check it out. Okay, so this is a Ford Escape 2014, and this car is deader than the dodo. I don't know if you can say that, deader than the dodo. Anyway, we're going to connect it and we're going to see how that battery is doing. Well, this battery is so dead that it won't even power this on. But this is a Ford Escape, and you see the battery is hiding there. If you ever want to change it, how are you going to do that? Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so let's revive this deader than the dodo car. I have this jump starter right here, and this Scottish jump starter, which I reviewed in my channel. And you can look it up if you want to. We're gonna get it going, charge that battery up, and then we're gonna test it and see what kind of quality, what kind of life we have in that battery. So let's do that. Okay, so I've connected the Scottish, so let's crank it up. Let's hope so. There we go. Let's unplug this. Okay, so the deader than the dodo car is running. So we're gonna see what happens. It already sucked up all the coolant, as you can see. That's not good. This deader than the Dodo car leaks a lot of coolant all the way out. Okay, I have a problem with this Ford Escape. The cold cranking amp stamp is way over there and I can't see it, so I'm having difficulty. I'm gonna have to send the phone in there and see if we can read it that way. Nope, I don't think we can focus. Okay, so I did barely manage to read it. It's 590 cold cranking amps. So let's connect it. I guess this goes right here. And the negative one right there. So let's see what we got. Car. Battery test. Let's go drain. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's proceed. Regular flooded. Cold cranking amps, so it'll be 590. Okay, so this is a bad battery right there. So the state of health 29%, and it says state of charge 0. So so it's not happy, but it's a very bad health. State of health 29%. Okay, so I think it's time to go indoors for the final thoughts. Okay folks, so we have reached the end of this review and everything went well. I don't really have any complaints other than that the cord is too short for you to be inside the vehicle during the charging test. The charging test, that's actually the alternator test, same thing. So when you do that, you either have to have 2 people or you just got to reach out. So that was basically my only complaint. Everything else went well. And I did find out that this is actually working and it's very accurate. And this, my older Ansel, is not as accurate as I thought it was. So in the beginning of the video, I said I was gonna use this as a reference, a cross-reference. But as it turns out, it doesn't make any sense, the charge that it gave us. It said it had a life of 98%, which doesn't make sense after a year, more than a year. But this one more accurately told us that it was 90%, 89%, something like that. So this makes a lot more sense. So in that sense, in every sense, this is a very good device. I can recommend it 100%, 5 stars out of 5. The only issue being the cord is a little bit short. But you can still do it, or just get a friend to help you out if you need to test the alternator. In any case, thank you for watching, subscribe, and thumbs up.